Distinguished guests, graduands and diplomats of the University of Chichester, I call upon Student Union Vice President Hermione Jane Boyd.
It's a huge honour to stand here today as the Vice President of the University of Chichester Students' Union at this incredibly significant moment in your lives. Today marks the culmination of years of dedication and hard work. You've met the deadlines, you've adapted to change, and you've continued to show up, not only for your education, but for yourselves and for one another. You've balanced lectures with part-time jobs, coursework with society meetings, and study with memories that are going to last a lifetime. This moment is a celebration of perseverance, adaptability, and growth. It reflects the knowledge you've gained, the values you've shaped, and the resilience you've built along the way. In a world that is constantly evolving, your ability to learn, to question, and rise to challenge is something you should be truly proud of. Graduation is not only the end of a chapter defined by learning, but also the beginning of something new, a moment to step forward. As you sit here today, it might feel like standing on the edge of a cliff leading to a new adventure. Some of you are ready to dive head first, some of you need a moment to think, and some of you might think you need more time before you jump. As you move on to this next chapter, whatever that might be, I hope you take with you the values and the confidence you've gained here. You leave not only as graduates, but as critical thinkers, leaders, creators, researchers, collaborators, and advocates. Now's your time to fly, and I hope you make an impact wherever you go. I'd also like to take a moment to thank the families, friends, academic staff, and professional teams who've supported our graduates along the way. No graduate would reach this moment alone. Behind every success story, there are people who have offered support along the way. Loved ones, thank you for being a steady source of reassurance, celebration, and belief. To the academic and professional staff, your passion, your commitment to excellence, they've helped shape not only minds but futures. And to the student support teams, Students' Union staff, and everyone who works behind the scenes, your care, your commitment, and your dedication have shaped this journey. I've firsthand seen the determination, the creativity, and perseverance that runs through your cohort. Some of you I know, and some of you I've supported. Each of you has faced challenges, whether they've been academic or personal, whether they've been loud and visible or quiet and known only to you. You've showed up on the hard days and you've pushed through when motivation was low, and that perseverance is something you should be truly proud of. This ceremony isn't just about your academic success, it's about how far you've come, and you have earned this moment. Whether navigating academic pressure, personal setbacks, changing circumstances, or the unpredictable world around us, you've shown an unwavering commitment to your goals. You've adapted, you've persevered, and you moved forward even when it wasn't easy. I want you to take a moment to be proud of not only yourself, but your peers and how much collectively you've overcome to be here today. On behalf of the entire Students' Union, I want to say how proud we are of each of you. Each of you has added something special to this community, whether you are a hardcore Rishi Ranger, an academic weapon, or every single one of you has shown up. You've shaped the student community into something vibrant, bold, and beautiful. Wherever you go from here, whether that's to work, to travel, to change the world, or to take time to work life out, know that you're more than ready. You're not the same person who arrived on your first day. You're stronger, more resilient, more confident, and you're always going to be a graduate of the University of Chichester. This is not the end of your journey, but the beginning of endless possibilities. Distinguished guests, graduands, and diplomats of the University of Chichester, I call upon Professor Simeon Dagkas to give his opening remarks.
Good morning, everyone. Dame Susan Piper, Pro-chancellor, Chair of the Board, Tim Fuchs, distinguished guests. Graduates, on behalf of the entire University of Chichester community, I would like to welcome you, your families and friends to this graduation ceremony. Today is all about you, recognizing your achievements and celebrating just how far you have come. Our mission at the University of Chichester is not only to develop your academic skills and understanding, but to help you realize your full potential. Whether you are destined for careers in the classroom, the West End, the boardroom, the sports, or the NHS, your education will have given you a passion for discovery and a very practical sense of how your learning can benefit others. You have been part of an environment where everyone feels safe to experiment and to explore. An atmosphere that brings out the best in you and your peers. And it does not stop here. We do hope that your qualification is a source of enormous pride. You're graduating from a university that was placed 6th in the entire country for teaching quality in the National Student Survey, the survey that you voted for. For the institution that has made the most significant climb in the Complete University Guide, and from the Daily Mail's University of the Year for teaching excellence. But perhaps more importantly, you're graduating from a university that's dedicated to cultivating talent and potential wherever it's found. Our Adversity to University program has attracted national attention and a significant donation for the way it opened doors for those individuals who have historically been excluded from higher education and from society. Our community's strength and vibrancy lies in its diversity. Your commitment, perseverance, and hard work has led to an academic qualification that sets you apart. Alongside the knowledge and skills you've developed, you have broadened your perspective and strengthened your character in countless ways. It is this, along with the friendships you have made, that will ensure you thrive as you embark on the next stage of your career. You will always belong to the unique community that is the University of Chichester. And as you go out in the world, know that you will be cheering you on every step that you make and you take. You need to take a moment to recognize how far you've come and to congratulate yourself on everything that you have achieved so far. Although it may feel like an important chapter is closing, this is actually the beginning. And we couldn't be more excited for you. Through the authority given to the university by the Privy Council and the power vested in me by the academic board of the university, I now declare this ceremony open.
Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, friends and family, students, graduates. It is a great pleasure to be able to present to you this morning Dame Susan Piper, who the University of Chichester is appointing to the office of Pro-chancellor. The role of Pro-chancellor is a new position for our institution, which might best be summarized as that of ambassador, encourager, and a source of wisdom for the whole university community and its leadership. In Dame Susan Piper, there could not be a better candidate. In 2008, she was appointed by Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth, to be her Lord Lieutenant in West Sussex. As the Queen's personal representative in the county for 14 years, Dame Susan served both Her Majesty and our county with distinction, for which she received the national honour Dame Commander of the Royal Victorian Order in 2022. Lord Lieutenants are chosen because they are exceptional people with a wide range of experience and expertise, and Dame Susan is no exception in this regard. A graduate of Durham University, she studied zoology and chemistry, furthered her studies in London to include immunology, and became a forensic scientist with the Metropolitan Police. She then spent 11 years serving in the Royal Air Force, after which she moved into industry and became a research expert in paediatric nutrition, which led to leadership roles in the NHS. Dame Susan has been chair of a number of NHS trusts, including in 2005 the then named Royal West Sussex Hospital Trust, which at that time she oversaw the merger with Worthing Hospital. She then worked in a senior capacity for the Royal College of Veterinary Surgeons and the Environment Agency, and over 7 years she held this latter position. She connected with local, regional and national stakeholders on a wide range of environmental issues, including water, air quality, waste, fisheries, coastal erosion. But at this point in her career, the appointment to serve the Queen as her Lord Lieutenant called for her full attention. In 2023, the University recognised Dame Susan's unique contribution and achievements by awarding her an Honorary Doctor of Science. Dame Susan, the University of Chichester welcomes you as our first Pro-chancellor and thanks you for the commitment and support you have offered to bring to our whole community. I call upon the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Simeon Dagkas, to formally install Dame Susan Piper as Pro-Chancellor of the University of Chichester.
Thank you, team. Dame Susan Piper, by the authority vested in me by the Privy Council, I now declare you Pro-Chancellor of the University of Chichester.
My goodness, what an honour. Chairman of Governors, Vice-Chancellor, honoured guests and graduands. Chairman, thank you for your kind words, more than kind. And thank you to all at the university. This is such a privilege and a real honour. I am delighted to be the first Pro-Chancellor of the University of Chichester. I very much look forward to supporting the Chancellor and the Vice-Chancellor and all of the board, and also to promoting our fantastic university far and wide. I promise to be an enthusiastic ambassador for all that you do, all that you plan to do, and for your many achievements to date. We heard a little from the Vice-Chancellor about that. I have to say, it won't be hard to be an ambassador, because I honestly believe that we have something rather special here in Chichester, and of course in Bognor and elsewhere. I could go on at length, but today is not primarily about a new Pro-Chancellor. It is about all of you students sitting at the back there who have worked so hard, and as we heard from Hermione, sometimes you have had to overcome challenges and obstacles along the way to be here at your graduation. I know everyone sitting behind me knows it isn't always straightforward. This is your moment, the start of the next chapter of your life. If I may, I'd just like to give you 2 thoughts to take away with you. The first is, don't be afraid to take risks along the way as you go through life. From time to time, very unlikely opportunities will come along. Usually, when you least expect them, believe me, I know. Be prepared to stretch your boundaries. Move out of your comfort zone. Yes, it can be very daunting. And of course, you have to consider practicalities. But you don't want to go through life thinking, oh, if only I had given it a go. Or, I wonder what would have happened if. Much better to look in the mirror and think, well, I tried and I gave it my best. Life is to be lived, not endured. My second thought is really very simple and has served me well. It is just be yourself and be true to yourself. Don't feel you need to pretend to be someone you are not. Honestly, it works, and you will be far happier and achieve far more that way. Oh my goodness, there's a lot more that I would like to share with you, but there are degrees to be confirmed and a prize to be awarded. So graduands, about to be graduates, congratulations. Today is indeed your day. You should be proud. Go and celebrate, and then get out there and show the world what you can do. Enjoy life. Work hard. Be kind. Never forget that last one. Be kind. If you remember that, you may be surprised how far your journey may take you. Well done.
Pro-chancellor, as Executive Dean of the Faculty of Health, Science and Engineering, I present to you the candidates who have been awarded the Bachelor of Arts in Esports, Games Design and Development, Outdoor and Adventure Education. Alex Anderson. Toby Cuthbert. Toby Hepworth. Luviathon Amaray. Alex Walton. Jake Dent. Polly Naylor. Louise Fowler. Aaron Boter. Mario Pastrana. Mataus Corsia. Sorry, I'll say that again. Mataus Corsipia. Dylan Fever. Ethan Trimby. David Scalia. Joshua Burns. Evelyn Cross. Luca Coventino. Sven Schuhoven. Thomas Foster. Jude Tomlin. Alfred Cox. Adrian Shenghing Yeo. Roshan J. Holly Martin. Erin Ewalls. Emily Heron. Joshua Woodcock. Jacob Welpton. Joshua Bell. Jolene K.D. Appleton. Ryan James Al-Altat. Ella Mae Watson. Daisy Brown. Emily Owens. Emily Chamberlain. Beth Eagle Brown. Holly Miller Ratcliffe. Zoe Elmaidu. Georgiana Jones. Maximilian Johnson. Jessica Maureen Sheely. That concludes the presentation of the Bachelor of Arts. Pro-chancellor, as Executive Dean of the Faculty of Health, Science and Engineering, I present to you the candidates who have been awarded the Bachelor of Engineering in Electronics and Electrical Engineering, Mechanical Engineering. Matheson MacDonald. Peter Walker. Mihar Shahin. The recipient of the Hamish McNaughton Prize, Michael Sperber. Sayam Chauhan. Tashana Cripps. Christopher Cameron. Lucas Cleverly. Henry Gleave. Henry Kelly. James Powell. Connor Sandel. Thomas Ashwell Bailey. Brandon Jordan. That concludes the presentation of the Bachelor of Engineering. Pro-Chancellor, as Executive Dean of the Faculty of Health, Science and Engineering, I present to you the candidates who have been awarded the Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, Football Coaching and Performance, Mathematics, Sports Therapy. Kieran Robinson. Callum Poynton. Jamie Finlinson. Ed Milloy. Harry Cochrane. Jack Lumsden. James Eek. Holly Taylor. Louise Hodges. Cassie Hulbert. Aaron Everett. Charlie Sumner. Lenny Field. Bailey Spencer King. Suki Belendra. Amelia Tettersell. Kayan Billington. Joseph Bartholomew. Ollie Harwood. Adam Bauer. Harrison Mott. Owen Spicer. Navaneeth Vaduguri Gopinathan. Jordan Grabetti. George Philpott. Mia Pordage. Jacob Burton. Harrison Winter. Gabriel Pereira. Adam Fahy. Lewis Powell. Alistair Brown. Ben Etheridge. Oliver Hussey. Tommy Miller. Mia Pearson. Victoria Jetton. Roisin Fearon. Ella Churchill. Jack Mason. Charles Junker. Heather Cubbage. Siobhan Cinque-Grana. Zoe Ruth Allen Thomas. Tyler Spice. Darren Hohomba. Imre Haddock. William Cully. William Reynolds. Rose Clapham. Katrina Hart. Ben Gallagher. Oliver Porter. Daniel Chivers. Peter Fenton. Claudine Sacramone. Ria Tarper. Mason Turbard. Puya Golipo. Simon Stanek. Michael Fuller. Alex Warner. That concludes the presentation of the Bachelor of Science. Pro-chancellor, as Executive Dean of the Faculty of Health, Science and Engineering, I present to you the candidates who have been awarded the Integrated Master of Science, Sports Therapy. Abby Bainbridge. Lauren Braxton. Maddie Mantell. And that concludes the presentation of the awards.
Through the authority given to the University by the Privy Council and the power vested in me by the Academic Board of the University, I declare that those persons who are listed in the graduation programme, who present themselves here at this ceremony and who accept their awards in absentia, are deserving of the awards that have been made to them, having achieved them by due and approved process. Graduates, many people have played a part in your success, supporting you along the way. In a moment, please, on a count of 3, I would like you to put your hands together and show your appreciation for the friends, family, and staff members who have been part of your journey. Please do be as unrestrained and enthusiastic as you wish. On a count of 3, 1, 2, 3. That was brilliant, and I must say they have been there all the way to today and possibly, I'm sure, to the future. So, I now declare that this ceremony is closed. Please remain standing if you are able to for the academic procession and whilst the graduates leave the cathedral. As the graduates process out, please do applaud them loudly. Thank you very much.